Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Dr. Casey. It's my pleasure to be here with you guys today and be your last work session of the afternoon. I thought I heard a challenge about who could be the briefest from Mr. Harris earlier, so I will try to meet that challenge. If you will go, I got the clicker right here. There we go. It's gonna be real easy for me because I'm gonna work off of one slide. You are all fully aware that the most pure and clear goal of economic development is to increase our commercial tax base and to create quality jobs for our citizens. Everything we do focuses in on that, the quality of life, worker attraction, all the other things we get involved in. The goal is to enhance our tax base and our job creation so the citizens of Chesterfield can live the highest quality life possible. To do that, we use a lot of programs and inducements and incentives. You all are all familiar with our Fast Track program, our small business incentive grants, our community development support programs, the technology zone. Those programs are organized programs that if you locate in the right location or you meet the qualifications, you automatically get those incentives. What I'm here to talk to you about today in a little more detail is what we call the Chesterfield Performance Grant Agreements. These are agreements where we try to approach the projects to either be competitive and attract the business to the county, to help in a competitive expansion. Say a DuPont or a Honeywell is going to expand in some location in the United States, we will use these to help the Chesterfield be the right answer. What we try to do, what Chesterfield Economic Development's approach has always been is, other than having canned incentives that we advertise to the world, we try to understand each program, each project, and see what is exactly needed, how we can partner, what are the holes, what needs to happen to make this project move forward. That results in these performance grants, which are very custom designed. It is company A is going to do this, and this. In exchange for that, we are going to assist either through programs or financially, so forth, to make the project work. The majority of these are custom agreements, but they can go all the way out to the formal TIF, tax increment finance programs, and CDAs, like we use the CDA at Stonebridge and Watkins Center. Those are really formal performance agreements. They're actually a CDA plus a development agreement, but most of ours are strictly custom agreements. Like the two you're going to see tonight, they're very much just custom agreements that say these things are going to be accomplished. In exchange for these things, we're going to provide this assistance. How we go about that is like I said, we work closely with the companies, with the developers. We understand what the problems and the issues are. We then negotiate, economic development negotiates with them onto what are the requirements that they're going to have to achieve, and then what are the spaces that we're going to fill in, funding or so forth. After we do that, I work with Mr. Harris to determine the capital investment and the income stream that's developed off of that. Using that, we put together a formal performance of grant agreement that we then give to the county attorney's office. They do the final documentation and approval, and then we bring it before you guys for approval and to the EDA. As you all know, the way the funding system works is all of the financial incentives have to run through the EDA to the businesses in the county. So the EDA is always involved in these. These are also involved when the state has incentives. When it's a big project and the state's involved, their incentives have to flow through the county to the company as well. There'll always be a performance agreement when the state's involved. The basis of this, our performance agreements are the projects provide the funding for the incentive. We're not using existing tax monies. the new revenues, the taxes that are generated by the project itself fulfill the funding program that we have committed to. So, you know, we are not taking a fund of money that we've already collected and using it. We are allowing the performance of the project itself to assist in putting the project in place. So the majority of these programs are used for infrastructure, but we've had projects that use it for infrastructure, for startup costs, for workforce development programs and so forth. But the two you have tonight are strictly infrastructure, site development and infrastructure costs that are extremely high on these two projects. I know Mr. Harris compiled some information. I didn't know whether he wanted to do a presentation or he was just prepared for questions. He just for questions? Okay.